But the battle doesn't go as planned. During a brutal close-quarters combat scene, Ethan is injured. A powerful blow sends him crashing to the ground, his breathing shallow, blood staining the earth beneath him. Zira's heart races. She watches him struggle to stay conscious, and in that moment, everything changes for her. She must decide. Will she continue to run to avoid her fate and the future she's feared her whole life? Or will she finally stop running and fight for the love she's started to feel for this human, the love that has changed her view of the world? As Ethan falls, the decision becomes clear. Zira's alien powers surge to life, but this time they feel different. She can feel her connection to Ethan's emotions, his courage, his love for her, his selflessness. For the first time in her life, Zira understands love not just as a concept, but as a powerful force. She feels it in her chest, spreading like a warm fire, fueling her powers. The more she understands the emotions Ethan has shown her, the stronger she becomes. Her powers, once cold and calculated, now carry with them the weight of human emotions. The love she feels for Ethan gives her strength like she's never known before. It's not just her alien technology or abilities that make her powerful. It's this newfound emotion that drives her to protect him, to fight for the world she's learning to love. Her emotional growth becomes her greatest strength, turning the tide in the battle. As the battle intensifies, the Galactic Empire's warships break through Earth's defenses, and the war moves into space. The sky above is lit with explosions as Earth's military scrambles to hold off the enemy. Orbital bombardments rain down, and AI-controlled drones swarm, attacking from every direction. The massive warships loom in the distance, their weapons ready to annihilate everything in their path. Zira, now powered by her love for Ethan and her newfound understanding of humanity, unleashes her full potential. She taps into the energy of the Earth itself, her powers amplifying as she fights alongside the humans. The world below is in chaos, but there's something different in the air. Zira's strength, born from love, takes down drone after drone, and she fights with a new purpose. The stakes have never been higher. But with every blow she lands, she feels more alive, more connected to Earth and the people fighting alongside her. The battle is far from over, but in this moment, Zira knows one thing for sure. Love has made her stronger, and she's ready to face the final showdown with the Galactic Empire. She will fight, not just for survival, but for a future where love and humanity can survive together. The battle has reached its peak, and the final confrontation is about to begin. Zira and Ethan stand side by side, ready to lead the final stand against the Galactic Empire. Despite Earth's technological inferiority, the humans refuse to give up. They are fighting for their homes, their families, and their future. With Zira's advanced alien abilities and the humans' unmatched ingenuity and teamwork, they begin to push back against the AI-controlled forces. Zira, her powers now fully awakened by her deep emotional connection to Ethan, fights with a ferocity like never before. She harnesses her alien technology and channels it through the strength of her emotions, becoming an unstoppable force. Explosions fill the air as laser beams streak across the sky, and the battle rages both in space and on Earth. Futuristic warships clash against Earth's defenders, and the sky is ablaze with the heat of destruction. The human soldiers use innovative tactics to outsmart the superior technology of the enemy. They hack into the AI systems, forcing the enemy warships to malfunction. They use guerrilla warfare, blending their old tactics with new technology. The humans may not have the advanced weaponry of their enemies, but they have heart, and that is their greatest weapon. With every move, they prove that the will to survive and protect is more powerful than any machine. Amid the chaos, the unthinkable happens. As a massive warship hovers above, launching a devastating strike aimed at Zira, Ethan throws himself in front of her. The blast hits him, sending him crashing to the ground, gravely wounded. Zira watches in horror as the man she has come to love fights to stay conscious, his life slipping away. She kneels beside him, holding him tightly as he whispers words that will stay with her forever. "Love is the strongest weapon we have," he says, his voice weak but filled with conviction. His sacrifice changes everything for Zira. In that moment, she realizes the true power of love, and it propels her to fight harder than ever before. The pain of losing him only strengthens her resolve to finish what they started. The scene is a cinematic masterpiece. Futuristic warships hover over the cities of Earth, their dark shapes blocking out the sun. On the ground, the battle is fierce, with close combat scenes that show human soldiers fighting valiantly, despite the overwhelming odds. The humans are using every tool at their disposal: hacked drones, makeshift weapons, and sheer determination to hold their ground. The destruction of the warships is magnificent, with energy blasts, explosions, and fiery trails lighting up the sky. The orbital bombardment rains down, shaking the very ground beneath their feet. Earth's cities are under siege, but human unity and Zyra's powerful alien abilities shine through. As the battle reaches its climax, it becomes clear: this is not just a fight for survival, but a fight for something greater: the power of love, sacrifice, and unity against the cold, calculating forces of the Galactic Empire. The tension is at its highest, and every moment counts. Zyra's love for Ethan drives her forward, and together they ignite the spark that might just save Earth from destruction. The final battle is not just a clash of technology and might. It is a battle of hearts, and love will prove to be the most powerful weapon of all. With the destruction of the Galactic Empire's forces, Earth has won. The AI-controlled warships are no more, and the invasion is over. Earth's military, though outmatched by the advanced technology of the Empire, fought with bravery and resourcefulness. Now, in the aftermath of the battle, Earth stands victorious. The human race has not only survived, but has proven its resilience. Zyra, once an alien princess stranded on Earth, now feels at home. She has embraced the humanity she once thought she could never understand. The power of love, compassion, and sacrifice has changed her in ways she never expected. No longer does she see herself as a lost alien, separated from her people. Now she is part of something far greater: a family, a purpose, a future. She stays on Earth, side by side with Ethan, the man who showed her what it means to truly love. Together, they begin to build a life in the aftermath of the war. Earth may still be recovering, but the bond between them is strong, and they are ready to face whatever challenges come next. With Ethan's support and the love they share, Zyra feels hope for the first time in her life. One evening, as the two of them sit quietly together, Zyra reflects on everything that has happened. The chaos, the loss, and the victory have all led her to this peaceful moment. Sitting by Ethan's side, the stars twinkle above them, but it's the feeling of love that shines brightest in her heart. In a tender conversation, Ethan speaks softly to her. He tells her that love isn't just a feeling, it's a force, the strongest one there is. It's what has driven them both through the hardest battles, and it's what will carry them into the future. Zyra understands now that love is not just a fleeting emotion, but the power that binds people together, the force that can shape the destinies of both individuals and entire worlds. With tears in her eyes, she promises Ethan that she will protect Earth from any future threats, not because she has to, but because of the love she has found here. The love that makes her want to fight for this world and its people, just as they fought for her. The promise she makes isn't about duty, it's about devotion, a deep, unwavering bond that she will carry for the rest of her life. As the night falls, Zyra and Ethan look up at the stars, no longer feeling the loneliness they once did. Zyra no longer sees the galaxy as an empty void. Instead, she sees it as a place where love can break boundaries, where it can cross vast distances and bring people together. The galaxy is no longer something to fear, but a place of infinite possibilities. As they stand together, side by side, the camera pulls back, showing them against the backdrop of the star-filled sky. The first rays of dawn begin to break over the horizon, a new day, a new future. This moment signifies the beginning of a new chapter not only for Zyra and Ethan, but for all of humanity. With love as their guide, they know that whatever comes next, they will face it together. The camera pans up, capturing the rising sun, the dawn of a new future for both Zyra and Earth, as the story comes to a close. The scene opens with chaos and destruction. A spaceship, glowing bright as it crashes into Earth, leaves behind a trail of fire in the sky. Zyra, an alien princess from a distant galaxy, is thrown from her ship as it tumbles towards the Earth below. Dazed and disoriented, she struggles to her feet, her heart pounding as the burning wreckage of her ship crashes behind her. She's alone in a strange, new world, far from her people and her home. The ground beneath her feet feels unfamiliar, and she's lost in a dense forest with no idea where to go. As she stumbles through the underbrush, she reaches for a small device at her waist, a cloaking device, her last hope of hiding from the unknown humans who may be hunting her. When she activates it, a faint shimmer surrounds her, making her invisible to the human military searching for any signs of the alien presence. The air is thick with tension as she listens carefully, hearing the distant sounds of human voices and heavy boots crunching on the forest floor. Her heart races, and the silence around her feels deafening. She knows she can't stay hidden forever. Suddenly, she hears the footsteps drawing closer. Zira's breath catches in her throat, panic rising. The cloaking device flickers for a moment, just a flash, but it's enough to cause her to freeze in fear. She fears the humans will spot her, but at the very last second, a group of soldiers walks past her hidden spot, oblivious to her presence. Zira lets out a soft breath of relief, but that relief is short-lived. There's a voice now, a man's voice, calling out to his team from somewhere in the distance. "Something's off." "Keep your eyes open," the voice says, low and cautious. It sends a chill down Zira's spine. She's been discovered. There's no way around it. Her cover is slipping and time is running out. As she listens, Zira's senses sharpen. The soldiers are getting closer. She knows that if they find her, it will be over. She's not equipped to face a full military force, and her cloaking device won't last much longer. She can feel the device flickering, weak from overuse. Then, just as she's about to make a run for it, something happens. The cloak completely fails, and in an instant, her alien form is exposed. She stands tall, her glowing eyes flashing in the dim light as she prepares to face the humans. Zira's heart pounds, but she's no stranger to danger. She reaches out with her powers, ready to defend herself. The soldiers will try to capture or kill her, but she has no choice. She will fight. But just as she's about to make her move, she hears something unexpected. A voice, calm and steady, calls out from the shadows. "Wait," it says, a tone of authority and understanding. Before she can react, a figure steps out from behind a tree, Ethan. He's a human soldier, but unlike the others, he doesn't seem afraid. He looks at Zira, his expression softening as he sees the fear in her eyes. There's no hostility, no fear of the alien before him, just a man who, for some reason, isn't afraid of what she is. Ethan is different. He's not like the other soldiers who are out for blood. He's a former soldier turned rogue, someone who's seen the darker side of humanity's conflicts. He doesn't view Zira as a threat. Instead, he sees someone lost and scared, someone in need of help. There's something in his eyes that tells Zira he's not here to fight. His calm demeanor reassures her, and for the first time since the crash, she feels a small spark of hope. "Don't worry," Ethan says, his voice low but firm. "I'm not going to hurt you. You're not the enemy here." His words are simple, but they carry weight. Zira's confusion deepens, but she doesn't have the luxury of time to question him. The other soldiers are close, and they're not going to wait long before they start looking for her again. Ethan looks back towards the direction the soldiers are coming from, then quickly grabs her arm and pulls her deeper into the forest. "Follow me," he says urgently, leading her through the thick trees. She's hesitant, unsure of whether she can trust him, but she has no choice. With every passing second, the human soldiers are getting closer, and she can feel their eyes searching for her. As they move through the woods, Ethan talks quietly to her, explaining that he knows what it feels like to be hunted. He tells her that he's been on the run for years, ever since he turned his back on the corrupt military system that once controlled his life. Ethan's story is one of survival and resistance. He's not a hero, but he's someone who's learned the value of making his own choices, something Zira has never had the luxury of doing. This is the moment that marks the beginning of their unexpected alliance. Zira, still uncertain but desperate, follows Ethan into the shadows, knowing that whatever happens next, her life will never be the same again. Zira and Ethan race through the dense forest, with the sound of human soldiers still echoing behind them. The soldiers, though confused and terrified by her alien appearance, are relentless. They've never seen anything like her, and their fear drives them to pursue her without hesitation. Each step brings them closer, and Zira can hear their voices growing louder as they search for her. Ethan, sensing her anxiety, keeps close to her, guiding her through the trees. As they move further, Zira can feel the weight of their pursuit pressing on her. But it's not just the humans they have to worry about. The moment they think they might be safe, something else arrives. Galactic Empire warships. Their massive forms cut through the sky, their engines roaring as they deploy sleek drones and advanced AI-controlled soldiers. The warships are looking for her, their AI systems scanning the area for any sign of the alien princess. The stakes have never been higher. Ethan, who knows the human military can't fight the advanced technology of the Galactic Empire head-on, works quickly. He taps into Earth's own AI systems, trying to hack into the drones and shut them down. There's a brief moment of hope as Earth's military responds with a mix of primitive yet effective strategies, jamming the warship's signals and sending drones crashing to the ground in fiery explosions. But the warships are relentless, and the battle quickly escalates into high-speed combat. Lasers streak through the air and explosions light up the darkened sky, while Zyra, now forced to defend herself, uses her alien powers to strike back with incredible precision. Zyra, fueled by her alien abilities, joins the fight. Her powers, granted by the advanced technology of her people, are unlike anything Earth's soldiers have ever seen. She manipulates the environment around her, creating barriers of energy to block laser fire and disabling enemy drones with a wave of her hand. The technology at her disposal is far superior to anything Earth's military can match. But despite her power, she's not used to fighting alongside humans. She fights alone, always. Yet, there's something about the human's resilience that catches her attention. The military, although outmatched in technology, fights with heart and courage. Ethan, too, is different from the others. He's not just trying to survive, he's fighting to protect her. Zyra can sense the sincerity in his actions, and for the first time, she feels a strange pull toward him, a feeling she doesn't quite understand. In the midst of the battle, Ethan finds a brief moment to speak with Zyra. He tells her about Earth, about the kindness and love that humans share despite their flaws. "We fight for each other," he says, looking at her with a sincerity that surprises her. "We sacrifice because we care. That's what makes us human." Zyra listens, her mind racing. She's always known a world of cold logic and ruthless power, the way of the Galactic Empire. Her people are strong, but they lack warmth. They are machines of war. But as she watches the humans fight, as she feels the connection growing between her and Ethan, something inside her begins to shift. She starts to question everything she's ever known about her people and the way of life she's been taught to follow. The warmth she feels in Ethan's words is something she's never experienced. For the first time, Zyra is torn. The fight is not just about survival anymore. It's about finding a new way to live, a way that doesn't involve destruction and cold, calculated power. As explosions continue to rock the forest, she feels something new blossoming inside her, an overwhelming warmth, a feeling of belonging, of connection. And it all started with Ethan, the human soldier who showed her a side of Earth she never thought possible. The battle reaches a critical moment. The Galactic Empire is closing in, and Zyra feels the pressure mounting. Her ship's wreckage is still burning in the distance, and the sky is filled with the dark silhouettes of the enemy warships. Earth's defenses are faltering, and the war is escalating rapidly. With every passing second, the stakes grow higher. Zyra watches in disbelief as Ethan, a mere human soldier, faces off against the powerful AI-controlled soldiers. He stands firm, risking his life to protect her, even though he knows the odds are stacked against him. As the AI soldiers swarm, Ethan's strength and determination are on full display. He fights without hesitation, putting himself in harm's way to give Zyra a chance to escape.